Welcome to Geeks of the Round. Hello, and welcome to Geeks of the Round. Dexter, episode 707, discussion of the episode Chemistry. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and here with me, as always, is my co-host and executive producer, Deanna Jackson. How you doing?
This episode didn't suck as bad as last episode sucked, so I'm a happy man.
Okay, there you go. And, of course, David Cood. How you doing, David?
Of course, last week's episode was the worst episode ever, so it could only go uphill from there.
That's true. Can't even argue that.
It was definitely very difficult to be as bad as last week. That is true. Of course, this week what we had was we had the aftermath of the not killing of Hannah. We had the aftermath with the author.
Mm-hmm.
We had an interesting turn from Deb near the end of the episode, but we'll get to that later. And we had some interesting things with Quinn. First off, let's get into the meat with Hannah. Do you think that Hannah is going to try and strip Dexter of the coat of Harry?
It seems to be what she's going for. To be perfectly honest, is like I think what she wants is another person like whatever the fuck that dead dude's name was that she was hanging out with before. It's like I think she wants that experience again, and she's willing to get very naked in order to prove her point. And anytime that Yvonne is willing to get naked, I'm a happy guy.
So on a scale of 7 to 10, how do you rate naked Yvonne, David?
Yeah, 8.
8? I knew it couldn't be less than 7. That's why I said that.
Yeah. I would go at least 8.5. Skinnier than I thought she'd be, but hey, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with an 8 also. But to be fair, at least one of those points is because of the fact that she's Sarah Walker.
Fair enough.
So do you think the Hannah and Dexter thing's going to be serious long term, or do you think Dexter is going to?
Well, now this is, I know it's not wild speculation time, but here's where I think the show's going to head now. I think that after Dexter kills what's his name, Isaac, the Russian guy, he's going to kill him obviously, but I think Hannah is going to kill Deb. And then Dexter's going to kill Hannah for doing that.
Ooh.
Because I think it was on the preview. I mean, Deb is all up in her business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's going to die.
Oh.
Well, that's just it. Is to counter that, what if Deb actually kills Hannah?
But then, well, we've discussed this before, how the actress who plays Deb, her contract is up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not doing next season, so she's going to die. I don't think Dexter's going to kill her. I think Hannah's more realistic option.
Well, I have a huge wild speculation for later on, of which I already
I have more, but that's just what I want to put out there.
Oh, okay.
That's where I think it's going to head.
I kind of like the way that David's going with this. Like, I mean, that would add a huge dynamic, because we know that this show is headed up to its finale next season, and that would be a huge push for it right there. Is like, I mean, something happening to Deb. It's like, oh man, if there was nothing else on this planet that would set Dexter off, that's it. He's been trying to protect her from season 1.
I want to circle back around to that because when I do my wild speculation, I want to tie it in with that.
Okay.
But before that, do you think he's going to choose Hannah over Deborah?
Well, he's not going to kill Hannah yet, because she asked on the phone she wants Dexter to kill Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say no, and then Hannah's going to kill Deb, and he's going to feel guilty about that. He's going to kill Hannah.
So do you think he's going to try and convince Deb that Hannah is not worth killing or shouldn't be killed?
He'll probably give her some BS about how she doesn't have any proof that and that he only kills killers.
Uh-huh.
That was actually a point I read in one of the previews, is the fact that Deborah doesn't have proof. Deborah only has circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
And while Dexter went after Hannah with circumstantial evidence before, normally he doesn't do that.
True.
Normally he waits.
But now he knows for sure that she killed people. She admitted to it.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if Dexter were to kill Hannah, which we're pretty sure that he won't, but do you think Deborah would be able to live with herself?
Yeah, I don't think she cares about Hannah.
Yeah, if he was to go that route, I think she would pretty much be okay with that. But as we've already said, that's very not likely to actually occur. At least not yet.
And do you think it's okay because of Sal, or because of Sal Price, or what do you think garnered the change in attitude?
For Deb?
Yeah, for Deb.
That Sal Price, pretty much, and that then she realized she had nothing on her.
I think that Deborah, throughout the course of this season, has slowly come around to, not exactly condoning Dexter, but at least understanding it, understanding why what he is doing makes sense. In so many words, even if she doesn't approve of it, she understands why it makes sense. So,
but now she's asking for it.
Well, exactly, because she knows she doesn't have the evidence to put Hannah away, but she knows that Dexter doesn't have to go through all the loopholes and all the red tape that she does. That Dexter can just, hey, here's a killer, stop this person. She knows that. It's because she's seen him do it. He's demonstrated to her. It's hey, see that smoke over there? Yeah, that's that fucker that y'all couldn't get. I took care of that because I'm Dexter. What up? So,
it's a thing. I don't think Deborah understands exactly how much preparation goes into one of these excursions of Dexter's. Is a lot of preparation and a lot of planning goes into it, and normally a lot of planning and a lot of preparation goes into it. Sometimes he's stupid, like he was with Hannah the first time, but yeah, it's something I don't think she realizes exactly how much preparation goes into this particular thing he does. It's not like drive-through. He doesn't just go, oh, him, okay, he's dead. Except when he does.
That's an interesting thought.
Now, on to Isaac. I thought the whole Isaac meeting Dexter in plain sight while being followed by police was rather gutsy and kind of risked both of them. Did either one of you notice that? Do you have any thoughts?
Well, it just kind of shows, how brazen that Isaac is, I think. He thinks that pretty much there's no situation with the law that he can be in that he can't see himself out of. The only thing that he gives a shit about at this point is eliminating Dexter.
I think also that Isaac doing that, if the police were watching him and saw Dexter with him, might raise some questions if Isaac winds up dead.
Yeah, that's
well, that's just it. Is I was thinking that it would raise some questions if Dexter ended up dead. Was where I was going with that, is because of the fact that if he were to kill Dexter, he's provided the evidence himself that he might be involved.
Circumstantial doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
And how about LaGuardia? You think LaGuardia's starting to
I hope she dies too.
You know,
Hey, well, at least she's managed to pull up Dexter's name somewhere in the course of her investigation at this point. So it's like, I mean, she's showing that, hey, I actually do know how to investigate cases. The problem is, the closer she gets to Dexter, on this, the closer she ends up, not making it to the final season of the show.
this is what I didn't get, and explain it to me if you happen to know. Is that she was looking at a list of people with registered boats in that marina. Correct? Am I
Yeah.
right? Deborah was on that list, and only Dexter had a check mark next to him. So I didn't get that. Maybe that was a flub.
The person with the check mark next to his name was the one guy you're looking for. I don't fucking know. Yeah, the person has to a check mark next to their name. It's like, yeah, we register all serial killers here at this marina. If there's a check mark next to their name, it means they're a serial killer. We only have one. Morgan. Here we go. You got me. Your guess is honestly as good as mine on this one. It's like
Okay.
I watched the episode. I watched that scene a couple of times, and I still couldn't sort it out exactly what exactly that was.
I mean, there's no way that she's going to find out and survive. So either she's not going to find out and be in next season, or she will find out and she will die somehow.
Exactly.
Well, that actually gets us to wild speculation time.
Okay.
What if neither of those are true? What if she does find out and she survives?
Then
That's my wild speculation, is that next season Dexter will be on the run from the police.
well, here's my wild speculation: is that Isaac is going to go after his family. He will kill Rita's parents, and then the kids will be back with Dexter next season.
I was like, here's my problem with that speculation. No one gives a shit about Rita's parents.
No, but the kids, and they were a pretty big part of the books.
Yeah, they were, but it's like without them having, been there the entire time, it's like, I mean, it loses a lot of its power.
Mm.
It's like what was supposed to have happened to them in the books. It's like, I mean, if they just all of a sudden dump it there out in the last season, that doesn't work. That's something you have to build up. You just can't, just drop that. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's like, I mean, I feel perfectly comfortable, spoiling this, quote unquote, because I honestly don't think it'll happen. Yes, in the book, Rita's kids are kind of growing up in Dexter's footsteps, so that they're serial killers too. There is no fucking way. I mean, as much shit as I give to the writers of this show, there is no fucking way they could possibly think that dumping this into the last fucking season of this show would be a good idea. There is no way. Nobody is that stupid. Nobody is that stupid.
Hey, there have been worse endings to series.
There have, but it's like, I mean, the overall writing on Dexter has been to a point where, I mean, unless all of the writers all of a sudden just had massive strokes and brain damage, there was no way that any of them could possibly think this would be a fucking good plan.
I will disagree on the fact that the writers are competent. I think they have shown themselves to be fairly incompetent as far as the past, like, 3 or 4 seasons have gone.
Well, they've made mistakes, but they haven't done anything like blatantly just that stupid. It's like, I mean, the whole, Deborah, Dexter, oh, could they, link up or something like that? It's like, yeah, that was dumb, but it wasn't just completely retarded. Drawing this out from the books at this point would be just, there aren't even words to describe how dumb that would really be.
I don't think that they will be killing with Dexter next season, but I think the end of the show will be like Dexter, like walking in on like Cody, like killing someone, or like killing the dog or something.
It would be interesting if they actually did get a story where maybe he hears word that Cody had hurt an animal or something like that. But if I think if they make much more of it, that would be a mistake.
Yeah, I could see them going that way with it. That would make sense to me.
Now back to my wild speculation. I actually have a bit of evidence behind my wild speculation.
Okay.
Is I think they're wrapping up Batista's storyline by having him retire, and they're wrapping up Quinn's storyline by having him put his neck out for a stripper and dying. And of course, we know Deb dies. So my thought is Deb is probably going to be killed by Hannah McKay, like you said, but then Dexter's going to end up taking the heat for it, and he's going to be on the run next season.
Oh.
And I think that's why they're wrapping everything up with the side characters, is because of the fact that they're not going to be in the spotlight anymore because they're going to be what Dexter's running from.
That could be.
Oh, that would be very interesting. I can see them going that route for a final season. It's like, I mean, for the last season, they really do have to go balls to the wall. They have to just kind of break all of their rules in order to really push this forward. It's like, I mean, kind of like Fringe is doing for their last season.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're going that route and they're completely changing the game, I could get behind that. I think your wild speculation actually has a lot of merit. And actually is like, I would go so far as to say, even if that's not the course they were taking, they might want to be paying attention to our show right now and start taking a course of action, because that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. LaGuardia would have already been on the case. With LaGuardia, like, even if Deb retires to the Florida Keys or whatever, and that's why she ends up leaving the show, LaGuardia could still get on to Dexter's case, and he could be a wanted man. And I think it would be awesome, because that's the thing that he fears the most, is being a wanted man. And every season they try and change something, and they try and change something major, and I think that's what they're going to change this season.
What do you think, David?
It could be. It'd be interesting.
I think that would make for a hell of a last season. It's like, I mean,
A little Prison Break season 2-esque.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, you gotta kind of change the rules, you know, put the characters in situations they're not used to being. It's like, I mean, I really don't feel as if this show can end with nobody knowing Dexter's secret. It's got to come out as, like, I mean, for the entire show, Dexter's constantly been faced with what if somebody finds out, and what if, you know, my true self gets known before this show ends. That's got to happen. It's got to happen. We've heard about it for, you know, for fucking 7 years now. The show cannot end without that happening, and Dexter facing that reality.
Or maybe he won't be on the run. Maybe he'll be in prison. It'll be a prison season.
Oh.
Actually, that would be less interesting.
It would be less interesting, but it would be...
And Quinn won't die. He'll go to jail for tampering with evidence. They'll be in together.
Yeah, like a Rorschach type of situation.
Yeah. Well, what? Then it becomes a fucking Dexter and Quinn cellmate buddy show? Fuck that, dude.
No, I was thinking more of a I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me type of situation.
Well, yeah, but even that was something interesting for so long. It's like, I think it would be much better, it's like, I mean, for Dexter to be on the run and trying to figure out a way out of this situation. It's like, I don't know, maybe the show can end with jail time, or maybe it can... Well, it's like, honestly, the show can't end like that. That would be a crappy ending for the show. But...
Could you see him coming to L.A.?
I could see the show ending with Dexter changing an identity and going anywhere else that's not Miami.
After somehow he fakes his death. We have just told you how the last season happens. You heard it here first.
Well, hey, fucking it worked for House, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it did.
If Dr. Gregory House can do it, I'm pretty sure that Dexter Morgan can pull that off.
To be fair, though, Gregory House is a bit smarter than anyone, including Dexter Morgan.
Fair enough, but Dexter's far more psychopathic than Dr. House.
I don't know about far more.
House might be
No,
smart, but he
like,
wasn't a criminal. He wasn't a criminal mastermind.
Yeah, House is a sociopath, no doubt about it. Psychopath,
Okay.
not so much.
Well, that is it that I've got, unless you guys have something else.
Think Batista's going to open the restaurant, or you think he'll be offed?
Oh, I think he's going to open the restaurant and retire with the restaurant.
Yeah, that's really what I'd want to see for Angel Batista. I would really like that.
Though that is actually one of the reasons that I believe that Quinn is not going to survive this season is because of the large amount of money he gave Batista. I think that Quinn probably isn't going to make the season, probably isn't going to make the next couple episodes.
Hopefully.
That's my theory.
That sounds like a smart girl there.
That would be excellent because, like, I mean, I was tired of Quinn since, honestly, about the third episode he appeared in.
Yeah, he was a little annoying pretty early on.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I think if anybody in this show deserves a happy ending, it'd be Angel Batista, and I'd really like to see that happen.
What about Masuka?
Masuka can stay and do what he does. He does it well.
He might even get a happy ending. He's into that.
He is into that, and he doesn't seem to really mind much where it comes from. Oh God, but yeah, Masuka's great. But
I think he should hook up with that blonde and stay with that blonde.
Oh, for sure.
The intern.
Hell yeah, wouldn't you? I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, God damn.
It kind of reminds me of Danny California from Californication.
Exactly.
I'm just glad you guys, at least one of you, knew that reference.
Well, yeah, you're the one that introduced me to the damn show in the first place. Like, I'm liking this episode better than I liked episode 706.
Mm-hmm.
It is a step in the right direction, despite the complete and total travesty that I thought episode 706 was. Like, I mean, for those of you watching, it's like, I mean, we went in depth into our complete and utter hatred of episode 706 in the last
We
episode.
didn't even put it on YouTube for like 3 days.
Yeah. Matt so much didn't give a shit that he didn't even do post-production on the fucking video. So
Yeah.
until later. But this is a step up, and it gives me hope that that this season is going to end on such a note, because like my whole thing going into this season was the fact that they knew going in that this is going to be the penultimate season of this show. They would have this one in season 8, and that would be it. And that, to me, gives an unprecedented chance for writers to build a full and complete story that just gets to the end that they want to see. It's like, I mean, they know when they're going to end. They know exactly how many episodes they have left. And I hope that the writers are going to be taking advantage of that in order to give this show the ending that it deserves. It's like, I mean, by the time it's finished its run, it's like, I mean, it's been 8 fucking years.
I was going to say is, if you remember, the last season of Angel was supposed to be the penultimate season, but then they canceled it before the final season.
Uh-huh.
But they still ended it on a pretty high note.
Yeah, even that still ended up fairly decently, but it's kind of unfair to compare, Joss Whedon to any other human being that writes for television, because there's nobody that's better at it than Joss Whedon. It's like, I mean, I was like, because I will go ahead and put this out there. Yes, we know that Joss Whedon is doing a S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, and if you think we're not doing episodes of Geeks around for that, you don't know us at all.
Which reminds me, slightly off topic of Dexter, I just saw the Firefly Brown Coats unite, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I put that on.
But anything else on Dexter?
Done.
Okay. I guess we're going to wrap this up. Check us out, geeksoftheround.com. You can also check out my videos at nobody. Oh, wait. Sorry, it's nobody.geeksoftheround.com. Nobodey. And Diano's is evoanubis.geeksoftheround.com. I've been misattributing it for the past few weeks. Oops. I've been saying slash and then whatever. Well, now you got the right address. And check us out next week where we watch episode 708. And we'll see you later. Peace.